Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Superstar SEO webinar. My name is Chris M. Walker. I'll be your host for this evening. And I just want to say thanks for joining us, and we're just going to get right into it. I don't want to keep you here very long. I know it's getting late. So let's just get right into it. You're probably asking yourself, is this webinar worth your time? I know you're giving up your time, and that's as valuable to you as it is to me. So let's go through some results that we've gotten from previous trainings and webinars that we've done. We got Tyler here, who's worked with Jeff, our co-host, who I'll be introducing in a couple of minutes. He got several ranking increases after working with Jeff for just a short amount of time. We got my man Ish here, who made $300 in sales after like 2 days of being on Legit. We got Fahad, who made $800 in sales in 24 hours. We got Kirill, who made his money back in less than 24 hours. We got James, who got some awesome ranking increases from something he got from one of our courses from ranking #1 for a major term. We got Spencer. I love this testimonial. He lives in China and doesn't even speak the language, and Google is blocked in China, and he still managed to pick up clients. We got Prabin, who picked up an $850 a month client. We got this guy whose name I have unfortunately cut off, who ranked #2 for the biggest city in his country. We got Abbas, who picked up a $750 a month client. We got Felix, who was about to give up on cold email but got back into getting clients that way. And we can provide results like that because we do things like this. This is one account's volume for 1 month, one sales volume for 1 month. We got another account here at 20,000 for 1 month, another one 199,000 for 30 days. And that's easy for us to do because we do this. We rank sites. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So you can see this result, January 18th, March 18th, jumped, it looks like a couple hundred places. Ranking increase over about a month. Ranking increase from down here, and I can't even tell what number that is, up into the single digits. Huge ranking increase in just a month there. #1, #1, #1, #1, #4, #7. #1, #2, #3, #1, #1, #5. Lots of #1s because that's what we do. #1, #1, #1, #2. #1, #1, #1, #1, and you'll get the sales or the volume on some of these. It's huge. So basically, we know how to rank, and we want to know if you knew the exact steps to rank sites like this, knew the exact types of links that we build, knew where to go to get the services you need to get the job done. Could you make an extra $2,000 to $10,000 a month with SEO? Give me a 1 in the chat box if you think you could do that. Good, lots of ones rolling in. Well, that's good because that's exactly what we're going to see today. Nothing held back. So why this is different. If you've struggled with loophole businesses in the past, buying softwares, push button money making systems, all that stuff, and it hasn't worked out for you, it's not your fault. There's a lot of people out there that sell that sort of thing, and it just doesn't work long term. What we're going to be talking about today is not theory. It's a simple process that allows you to rank sites fast, regardless of loopholes, luck, and it doesn't have a brutal learning curve. After today's webinar, you'll be able to start a successful SEO business and make some extra money or a full-time income, whatever it is that you're looking to do. My goal for this web class is to show you the exact step-by-step process we use to rank sites at will, show you where to outsource this work so you can focus on scaling. We're going to show you a unique technique to convert traffic to your webinar into customers, and you'll be able to rank any website for any term, even if they're highly competitive. But you don't have to take my word for it. Here's Tyler. I showed you him earlier. Here's the one that we got just earlier today from Steven, who worked with Jeff, who did some services for him and increased his ranking and helped him. We got James again and one guy from Portugal. And not just that, but if you stay to the end, I'm going to bribe you a little bit. I'm going to give you my How to Rank in Google Maps Step-by-Step Blueprint, which is a book that I wrote about a year ago that basically a kind of a step-by-step way to rank in Google Maps. It's fairly in-depth, and I think it's pretty good stuff. I'm going to give you my free beginner SEO course, which is straight up as some of my videos from YouTube, but some that you can't find anywhere else. Basically, it's going to take you from not knowing what SEO even stands for to be able to do some basic things. So let me go ahead and introduce my co-host for today. Jeff Coseo is a 7-figure SEO agency and the top seller on Legit. He is the owner of Missing Link Design, a 7-figure SEO and web design agency. He's the top seller on Legit. He's been doing SEO for 15 years. He is the most active admin in Superstar SEO group, and SEO is literally in his name. That's how good he is. It was meant to be. It was written in the stars. Little joke there. So And as far as me, if you don't know who I am, my name is Chris M. Walker. I am a Huffington Post featured SEO expert and entrepreneur. I'm the founder of a 7-figure SEO agency, a Superstar SEO. I'm the founder of Legit. I'm the all-time leading seller on Conquer, an SEO expert, and I've been featured in a bunch of places. Huffington Post, SourceWave, Ahrefs, SERPed, OMG, and even more. And that's all great, and I'm really proud of all that, and things are going really well. And I, honest to God, owe it to all the SEO. So let me just take you through a little bit of backstory. Let's explain how I got to where I am and how you can do the same. So a couple years ago, this is me looking nuts. I'm taken with a terrible picture on my Samsung Galaxy S2, which was like 4 years out of date at that time, but that was all I could afford. I was divorced. I had just gotten divorced. I was working a crappy job, and I was in a mountain of debt. I had about $70,000 in student loan debt and about another $20,000 in credit card debt from the divorce. And I was making about $30,000 a year. So do the math. I was never going to be able to put a dent in that. In fact, most months I couldn't even cover the interest on the credit card. So it was not a good time. I realized that what I was doing then, the job wasn't going to cut it. I wasn't going to be able to get out of that hole without doing something different. So I tried a bunch of different things. And that's actually the biggest mistake I made at the time. I tried 10 different things. I did affiliate marketing, which I'm going to show you my first site here in just a minute because it still exists and it's terrible. I did Amazon to eBay arbitrage, where I would take something from Amazon and use my Amazon Prime account and sell it on eBay. Turns out that's against Amazon Prime terms of service, and my account got banned. I did a little bit of client consulting, but I worked full time, so it was kind of hard to pick up clients, even though it can be done. And I wasn't able to scale until I did one thing. And here's my website that I got. And I got some traffic from that, and I got it from like posting links on Reddit all day and forum comments and things like that. I got a little bit of traffic, but I was never getting consistent traffic. And I didn't until I did this one thing, and that was SEO. So basically, I was getting traffic from everywhere, but I didn't have a reliable plan on how to get traffic and how to make money from it, and I didn't have a repeatable process. So I was just throwing stuff out there and seeing what stuck. I did okay with it for a while, but I got a Google penalty, which I didn't even realize was a thing. So then I decided when I wanted to undo that penalty, I had to learn how to do SEO. That's when I found SEO. Now, I'm going to quickly talk about what SEO is because I don't want to assume anybody knows things, but you never know. So SEO stands for search engine optimization. It means that you take a website and optimize it so that Google will show it higher. And then the fact that it's shown higher means it gets more traffic and then in turn makes more money. So here you see a screenshot of the actual search term SEO, and you see, Search Engine Land and Moz and Neil Patel and so on. So that's what SEO is. Hopefully everybody has that. Is there anybody that doesn't know what SEO is? Give me a 2 if you don't. Hopefully there's no 2s, but you never know. Nope, everybody's good. All right. So basically ranking in Google, that was what I discovered that I needed to do to get consistent traffic to either my affiliate site or to my client's site in order to do that. And once I figured out that was the key, I doubled down. You go to Las Vegas, you play blackjack, you get 2 aces, although that's never happened to me in the 2 times I've been to Las Vegas, but maybe it happens to some people that are luckier than me. But basically, you get it and you figure out what works. I figured out the SEO worked. I ranked that site for all kinds of terms, and then I started ranking more. So basically, I figured out I needed a process rather than just throwing gigs out there or just going on forums and posting links and just guessing. I needed to find a way to put a repeatable SEO process together that I could duplicate time and time again so I could consistently rank sites and make money, whether it was an affiliate site, a client site, whatever. And this is basically the process that I came up with. And we're going to go into detail on each of these. But I learned how to optimize the site, meaning I set up the site in such a way that Google liked it. And like I said, we'll go into that in depth in a minute. But I learned to build the right links at the right time. And I realized that led me to ranking Google. And then I realized that wasn't even enough, that getting traffic wasn't enough. I needed to learn how to optimize my site to turn that traffic into money. Once I got that process down and once I kind of cracked the code on that, the result was easy rankings and search traffic for every single site. So once I committed to that, everything changed. I learned how to rank my sites consistently and get them ranking for money and make money with them. Within a few months, I was making $10K a month, and from there it was $30K a month, and then earlier you saw some of our screenshots. So yeah. Then I decided to take it to the next level. I started getting higher paying clients in tough niches like real estate. I still have a client that I picked up from back then from almost 3 years now that's in a tough real estate niche that I've ranked really, really well for some terms that have like almost 100,000 searches a month. I created sites in difficult niches like weight loss. I can't remember the name of this one weight loss site, but I sold a ton of, Garcinia on that site because I ranked it for how to get rid of, I forget, how to get rid of a certain type of fat. It's been that long. And I realized at that point that I could rank for anything I wanted using the process that I had come up with. So I ranked for whatever I wanted, and when I did, my business blew up. Not literally like in the picture here, but it grew and grew and grew and just took off. And that's awesome because that allows me to do it all. You know, somebody was asking about wrestling before. I don't go, you're not going to see me with pictures next to Ferraris and on yachts and all that stuff that you see on a lot of these webinars. But what you are going to see is me going to WrestleMania. That's one of my favorite things to do every year. I've gone 6 times now. I love it. I look forward to it every year. It's such a blast, and I make a point to go over here. That's me, I think, 2 years ago. I'm horrible at selfies, but, you know, I did my best. It allows me to meet some people that I've gotten to know and gotten to like and really work with, like some people that you're probably familiar with in the industry. You see pictured here, you see me, you see with a big arrow pointing towards my dome. You see Alex Becker, Dan DeSilva, Tanner Fox, Ricky Mateka, a bunch of other big names in the internet marketing industry. And this is part of a mastermind that I'm in where I get to talk to and meet these cool people that I've kind of looked up to myself. So that's really, really awesome. I'm really proud of that. And then impact. Now, this may sound cheesy, but to me, the whole point of all of this, I think it's important to have a why and not just to make money. And to me, it's to have an impact and to make changes in people's lives. So basically, I want to be able to help people. And this is a screenshot of my Facebook group, Superstar SEO, that I created going on 2 years ago now. And we've got close to 17,000 members now. And it's just a great community of people that help each other and interact and just all that great stuff. So we really, I think it's great. Maybe I'm being biased. I don't know. But I think I've been able to help people. And then for some specific examples, we've got Taylor here, who I got on a call with and gave him some advice. And apparently it made him a bunch of sales for a product that was featured on a national TV show. We've got Mike Code here, who, what Mike does is he trains roofing companies, the salespeople, on how to sell roofing. And he was wanting to learn how to monetize that and to make that bigger. So we jumped on Skype and I gave him a little advice. And I'm not trying to, like, again, not pat myself on the back here, but this is what he had to say about it. So to me, to be able to help people and help them grow and help them become better at what they do, it's what's important to me. And the SEO has allowed me to do that. Then my next favorite thing to do from SEO is the freedom it gives me. I can work whenever I want. I don't have to report to some boss who was going to tell me when to be there, what to do while I'm there, when I can leave, when I can eat, when I can go on vacation, what to work, how much I can make. I can get up at 12 o'clock every day. This is not actually my alarm clock trivia, but I like to sleep in and work late because that's what suits me best. And I have the freedom to do that because of SEO. And then there's building the empire, right? Like I said, I want to give back and create something that lasts. So you got my store here where I sell individual services, Superstar SEO. I did really well. I was really happy with the direction that went. So I decided to give other people that opportunity, and I created Legit, which is a digital services marketplace for SEOs and other people that work online to sell their services and buy the services they need. Something I've put a lot of time and a lot of money into, but I'm really proud of it. So that is what it is. So, all of that came from this one simple business model. Create a site, optimize it, rank it in Google. And that's what you're going to see today. So I'm going to grab a drink of water and then I'm going to ask you some questions. So I want you to think for a moment. Imagine how different your life will be when you know exactly how to optimize a site the right way, how to build the right links and when to build them, how to convert the traffic that gets you into customers, and how to use that process to scale to $10,000 a month and beyond, clear and simple. If you could do all of those things, would that change things for you? Give me a 3 in the chat box if that would change things for you. Lots of threes coming in. Well, this is why you need to commit to SEO. Just going to give you some points here. It's the least expensive long-term traffic source. Paid traffic is great. You turn it on, the traffic starts, you start getting people to your site. Problem is, you have to pay for it forever. You turn off, you stop spending money, the traffic goes away, so does the income. So SEO, once you get it ranking, if you do it the way we show you to do it, it's going to stay there and you're going to keep making money and you don't have to invest day after day. It's a legitimate business model. You're not, coming up with some trick, some loophole, some gimmick to make money. It's a legitimate business model where you can tell people that I do SEO, I rank websites in Google, and there's some honor in that. You have access to an unlimited amount of terms to rank and bank for. So, for example, if you're doing local, there's an infinite number of combinations of cities and industries. And if you're doing affiliate, obviously there's an unlimited amount of products you can promote. You can get started for very cheap. I don't want to say you could get started for free, but you can probably get started for less than $100. And it requires no difficult skills. Like, it may sound intimidating, but everything we do is super basic and everything can be outsourced as well. So let's go through some more results of using these methods. Again, Tyler with these ranking results he got from Jeff, my man here from Portugal, James Cox, and some others. So let me ask you this. Who's ready to learn the system now? Give me a 4 if you're ready to jump into it and learn it now. Awesome. Lots of 4s rolling in. So basically, in order to make this work, there are 3 keys that you need to understand. First key is to optimize your site. The second is to build a link foundation. And the third is converting the SEO traffic into customers. Oh, and by the way, it's really simple. So key number 1 is optimizing your site. And when I say optimizing your site, I mean taking the information on it and setting it up in a way that Google understands what it's about so it can rank for the things that it is about. This is a screenshot of my agency site, Superstar SEO, and I'll be kind of using that as an example. I couldn't fit the whole thing on there, but you get the idea. So here are the steps that you need to know for optimizing your on-site. The first is keywords in your H tags. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be keywords. Everyone understand what a keyword is, a search term? Yeah, okay. An H tag, H stands for heading, and this is kind of what the main thing that tells Google what the site is about. So you want to set those up to where they have either the main key term or a variation of it, so Google understands, oh, that's what this is about. Let's see what else it has to say about it. Image alt tags. Now, the alt tag is an HTML thing that is kind of left over from the 90s, where back then connections were really slow. So if you didn't want to display images on your site, that could be beneficial to you. So what it would do is if somebody had chosen not to display images, it was the text that would show up instead of the image. Now, what that does is describe what the image is about, and that's a great way to relate to Google what your site is about, because Google can't read an image, so it needs to look at those alt tags to understand what the image is. Then you got your meta title. A meta title is when you search a term and you see a list of different sites that you can click on. The thing that you can actually click on that's the link is the meta title. That's another way to tell Google what it's about. And that's important to get right, because that's what's going to encourage people to click through to your site. And the more that people that click through to your site that choose it, the more you're going to get rewarded with higher search ranking, because Google's product is their search results. Does that make sense? And what they want to do is give their customers the best experience possible. And to do that, they want to give the best search results possible. So they want to, any site that is getting a lot of traffic, they're going to reward that with higher ranking. Same thing with the meta description. You want to optimize that to build curiosity. This is really overlooked in SEO courses in my experience, but you want to, first of all, you want to work in the keyword if possible, but what's really important there is to get it so it's something that encourages people to check out your site, if that makes sense. You want them to be able to see what the site, to look at that and say, oh, that's interesting, and click on it. So that's that. Keyword density. This one is a little tougher to explain, but basically it's the number of times your keyword appears in the text. Back in the day, you could just put your keyword over and over and over again on a page and it would rank, but that's not the case anymore because people took advantage of that. Keyword density, you want to have that, there's no hard and fast number, you have to play with it, but you want to get it at least a couple times in your text where it makes sense, so Google can read that and say, oh, this site is about electricians in Scranton. So there we go. And then finally, interlinking. Now, interlinking is how the different pages on your site link together. So, for example, Wikipedia is the best example of this in the world. They have a page about baseball. So you're reading about baseball, and then you come across something about home runs. That'll be linked over to the page they have on home runs. So then you go and you read about home runs, and you see the all-time home run leaders. You see Barry Bonds. So then you're going to click on the link to go over and read about Barry Bonds. And it just keeps the user on the site and keeps them interested. So this does a couple of things. Not only do those links have power, like internal links are just, as far as Google is concerned, are the same as external links, but it also keeps the user on the site longer, which, as we just talked about, is important because it tells Google that that visitor enjoyed that content, so they want to reward that with increased search ranking. So those are the main factors for optimizing your site. You got keywords. Just to recap real quick, we've got keywords in your heading tags. There are 6 of those. The main ones you're going to want to use are H1 through H3, but you can use others as well. You want to get your image alt tags right. You want to get your meta titles right. Your meta description, which is, you want that to be something that encourages people to click on your site. You want to get your keyword density right. That you're going to have to play with to get it right. Some people will tell you 1%, but it's not quite that simple. And then you want to get your interlinking right, which is how the different pages on the site relate to one another. And you can get really complicated with that, but I just wanted to give you a general overview how that works. So does that all make sense? Give me a 5 in the chat box if you're following along so far. Awesome. So now we're going to go on to key number 2. Key number 2, now this is kind of the most important one. That is building a link foundation. Now I want you to think about what the word foundation means. If you're building a house, let's pretend that your website is your house. The first thing you really need to do is build a foundation. Now, the analogy doesn't totally work because you have to have a site in order to link to it, but bear with me. Now, you got to have a strong foundation or the house is going to get knocked over by the hurricane, and we're going to get to the hurricane in here in just a minute. So there's a bunch of different types of links you want to get before you can start really trying to rank, and these will rank you kind of like on their own to some degree. You want to get your citations. Now, a citation is another site that lists your website along with your business name, address, and phone number. And you can also use these for non-business sites, but the main goal of them is that. And that tells Google where your business is located and that it's a real business. Next is social profiles. Social profiles are things like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Now, what those are good for is building a brand. Not only do they create powerful links, but they build a brand. You're building a business when you build a website. You're not just building a website. The more authentic and real you can tell Google that your site is, the better it's going to rank. And if you optimize these properly, they're going to rank all on their own. So you'll end up taking up more spots on the first page and give you people more chance to find you and then in turn make more money. Then you want to get social signals. Now, social signals aren't technically links, but they are, for our purposes, we're going to refer to them as links. A social signal is when somebody posts your URL on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and so on, and then they like it, share it, retweet it, plus one it, repin it, all that stuff. So those are super important to create engagement. The next thing you want to create are Google Maps citations. Now, a Google Maps citation is kind of a unique thing, and some people may say no, that's not necessary, but in my experience, they work really well. These are created by going to google.com/mymaps, and basically what you're doing there is you're creating a map in Google, and you're going to get a link, a do follow link, and do follow means that Google follows it to the next location for simplicity's sake from Google itself. So there's no more trusted link, and it's going to help with both your Google Maps and your organic ranking. So hopefully that makes sense. Next, you want to get social bookmarks. These are where you save a site for later because you want to go check it out. These used to be really powerful. They're not as much anymore, but they still are great for creating branded links. Remember, what we're trying to do here is build a brand. Branding is super duper important. That's a technical term, by the way, super duper important for creating a successful ranking website. And then you want to get image sharing sites like Flickr, PhotoBucket. There's some others, but I can't think what else there is. You want presentation sites like SlideShare, ForShared, things like that. You can also get into PDF sites with those. Video sharing sites, these are super powerful because They let you link to your links, basically, like you can list all your other social profile on those, and they have a strong authority of their own. Then you want to get into local and niche relevant directories and citations. Now, what these are things like if you signed up for your local chamber of commerce, that would be a local citation because it's relevant to your location. So if I live in Myrtle Beach, for example, and I'm in the Myrtle Beach Chamber of Commerce, so I have a link from the Myrtle Beach Chamber of Commerce. And the niche ones would be if you are an electrician and there's a directory out there for electricians, you can sign up for that. A good example is I work in the wedding niche and the photography niche a lot, and there's stuff like theknot.com. That's a great one to get listed in, and so on. So that's kind of an example of a niche relevant one. And then finally, you want to get into press releases. So a press release is where you write up something that's interesting and relevant and new about your business, and then you have it submitted to a couple hundred different news sites. Now, you can get really clever with these and do a lot with them, but for me, they're just great for link diversity and creating more branded links and more things that tell Google that your site is important. So that's a lot to take in. I know it probably sounds complicated. It's not nearly as bad as it sounds, and you can get all this done for you on gig sites like Legit. So that's another thing to it. So give me a 6 if that makes sense. If you have any questions, just hang on till the end, and we'll get to all of them. So awesome, lots of 6s coming in. Okay, so now we have the hurricane, and we want to not knock the site over, but we want to hit it hard. This is where we're really going to push up our rankings. We got private blog networks. A private blog network, or PBN, is a site that used to be a website, but for whatever reason, the people that owned it let it go, and then somebody either waits for it to expire or buys it at an auction, rebuilds it into a site. And because it still has all the links that were pointing to it before, it's really powerful. So you can place a link on that site and link out to your website, and that will help boost your ranking because that's a powerful vote. So a vote, when I say a vote, I mean a link to a site is kind of like a vote, and it tells Google to boost it up. It's not the most amount of votes that wins, but it's the best vote. So it's not a great analogy. It's not democratic, but I think that kind of explains it. Guest posts are where someone owns an actual blog that they regularly update it on, whether it's cooking, whether it's, I don't know, childcare, whatever it is. They actually keep up with it and post content on it, and then either out of the goodness of their heart or more likely for some money, they let you write a post and put a link to your site on it. These are really, really powerful because not only, if you've done your homework, not only is it a strong site that you're writing on, but it also, that site is getting traffic, and traffic, like we talked about, is important for signaling to Google that your site is worth ranking, and that traffic may be interested in what you do anyway, and you may get some sales just from that. Next, you get into media mentions. These are the hardest ones to get. These are if you get posted on like CNN or the Huffington Post or Entrepreneur, Forbes, that sort of thing. And I don't mean the thing where they have like a blog you can sign up for. I mean an actual article about you or your business. You can get those done. It's really hard to get. You can pay for them, but they're super expensive, but they hit really hard. So if you can get those are powerful. And then finally, niche edits. Now, these you have to be careful with because a lot of people that sell them are shady about it. But if you can get people that actually do it the right way, it's kind of similar to a guest post. But instead of creating a new post, they're going to find one that already has some page authority, and they're going to edit it to where it has a little bit of context for your link, and then they're going to link over to your site. So those are the 4 kinds of power links. So does that make sense to everybody? Give me a 3. Great, lots of 3s coming in. So I know a lot of people are visual, so I kind of try to to lay these things out in a way that makes sense, and maybe it helps you understand. I don't know if it does or if it doesn't, but basically step 1, optimize your site. Step 2, build your link foundation. Step 3, hit it with power links. And I know that that's nuts, but there you go. That's the formula for a page 1 ranking. Congratulations, you now know how to rank for any term. This is the process that Jeff uses, that I use over and over and over again to rank sites for whatever term that strikes our fancy. So that's what we got for you on ranking. Now, the whole point of this webinar isn't just to show you how to rank, because ranking without converting doesn't do you any good. So now you got all this great traffic coming in from Google, but you want to convert that into customers. So what you need to do is find a way to convert that traffic into customers. And I'm going to show you a few keys, and then I'm going to turn it over to Jeff, and he's got something pretty cool he's going to show you about this as well. So basically, this is what you need to do. You need to build a brand, like we talked about, having a logo and having your site look good and be trustworthy, having it secure with SSL, having just a name to where it looks like a legitimate business, because it is. And then you want to write engaging sales copy. Now, copy and content, the terms are kind of used interchangeably, but they shouldn't be. Copy is text that's written to persuade people to take an action, most likely a sale or maybe become a client or something like that. You need to get that written. You need to spend a lot of time on that, either do it yourself or get somebody, a professional copywriter, to do that for you. Content, in my opinion, is kind of like a Wikipedia entry or a dictionary entry where it just kind of tells the facts. Copy is where it's persuading, and you're not going to convert, especially an affiliate, if you don't have good copy. So copy is super important. Again, we got meta titles and descriptions that build curiosity. So you want to write a meta title that not only tells what your brand is about, but also sparks interest. And then the description you can really get creative with. Write something that makes people realize that they want to go and do whatever it is that your site is about, whether it's a local business, affiliate site, whatever you have. And then finally is calls to action. Now, a call to action is basically where you give an instruction to somebody to do something, whether it's click here to get your free SEO audit, click here to find out the top 4 best bicycles and what they cost, whatever it is. You want to have a call to action. Generally, you want to have that above the fold. Now, above the fold means it shows on your screen before you scroll down. The term is inherited from the newspaper industry, where you pull a newspaper out of a machine and it was folded, and whatever you saw at the top was presumably the most important news. So that's kind of that. So hopefully that makes sense. Does that make sense? Give me a 4. Awesome, lots of 4s. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the screen over to Jeff. Let me just find him. And he's going to show you something real cool that will help with your conversions and your ranking too. So give me 1 second here. Jeff, you ready?
Yep, whenever.
All right. I am passing you presenter right now.
Yes, no, maybe?
Yep.
All right, awesome. Awesome, good. All right, so a lot of everybody already knows basically how to set up a Google My Business and everything else. One of the things that used to happen 6-7 years ago when you would set up a GMB listing is they would give you a branded Google account. Now, with that branded Google account, you could do a lot of things that you can't do on a normal Google Plus account. One of the things that was brought to my attention a couple months ago by somebody in the group, gentleman's name was Devin Maloney. He brought it to my attention that there was a way to get a branded account again. So he brought it to my attention. I played with it a little bit, and I've actually been able to boost map rankings. I've been able to boost Yelp rankings. I've been able to boost your rankings for your actual search terms that you're looking for by creating links to your site directly from Google. So what we're going to do is, you can see here, I've got a generic Google Plus setup. This is actually one that I did for my dog, just as a, let's get something up. If you look down here in the bottom left-hand corner, I don't know if you guys can see, there's this little thing down here that says brands. So can you guys see where I'm at here with the mouse or not? Okay.
Everybody's saying yeah.
Yep. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the brands. It's going to open up a new screen. And then we're going to go ahead and click go whole 9 yards. So what this is building a branded account for your Google or for your company. Now, because I'm not really fond of showing you all of my clients, not that I don't trust you all, just one of those kind of like keep things a little bit personal still. I picked a company that is local here in town that is Northside Towing in Longmont. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use them and I'm going to actually boost them in the rankings. So I'm going to come over here, copy this information, and add this into the Google accounts. So what this is going to do is it's actually going to create a branded Google Plus page for them. So we want to go ahead and hit enable on this. Give it a second to build up. There we go. All right, continue. Now here's where it differs from your typical Google Plus account. When we go over to profile, it's going to spit out this generic looking Google account. So we hit edit profile. From here, we want to hit manage page. Now, this is where it becomes extremely different. You can go ahead and add in your photos and everything else. I've actually got somewhere. We're just going to add his photos in here is what we're going to do, just as a profile picture. He didn't really have a whole lot to really set up, so I'm just kind of grabbing some of his generic ones. We'll do the same thing for this, so we actually have a decent little background for us when somebody comes. It doesn't look like it's just a plain generic. So, all right, so that's all set up, and now he has a okay looking one. I would actually go through and build a graphic. I'm releasing something later on that will actually give you the actual dimensions that you need to get everything to fit perfectly. Now, where this differs is we're going to go into the add info, and we're going to adjust the contact info. So we're going to enter in his phone number here, which will pull it off of his page. Email, I was not able to find an email for this gentleman, so I'm just going to leave that blank. Chat, I don't know if he has a chat, so we're going to leave that blank, but we're going to enter in his address right here. So basically what this is doing is creating another citation for your company. The difference is this is another Google citation. It's not just a Yellow Pages, Yelp, anything like that. This is an actual citation for your company. So we're going to go back into here. We're going to hit the sites. Now this is where the power of this comes into play. So his URL is Northside Towing 2. We're going to go through and add this to the website. And then you have links. Now he had a few citations out there. I grabbed all of them that were the same. He's got a few of them that are mixed up that he should probably fix, but I'm not real worried about it. So the very first one we're going to do is we're going to grab Yelp. I personally will grab the Northside Towing. I'll go back over here, paste this in, add in Yelp page. Then what we'll do is we'll grab the URL. And we can add in as many of these as we want. So here's one for MapQuest. Here's his Better Business Bureau one. And then if you have other profiles, let's say you have a Twitter account, Tumblr, Plurk, Facebook, anything like that, you'll want to add those into your other profiles. Okay. Now what that does is it actually helps send link juice to your profiles. So it'll actually help build that up. Now, from there, what we want to do is we want to go into the contributor too. So if you own a website, this is where you're going to want to put your company name, which is Northside Towing. Then you're going to want to enter in the URL for the company that you're actually managing. Now, some of you may remember years ago, this was actually called the authorship. This is kind of along the same lines as that. So we're going to hit OK on that. Unfortunately, it's still kind of clunky on how they're doing this. So you're going to go back to the add info, and now we're going to go to the stories. So in the stories for the tagline, I'll put in the Northside Towing, and then it gives you an option to do an introduction. So what I've done is I've copied some content off of his page. Typically, I would write this, but I don't know a whole lot about the company other than what his page has, and it's not very descriptive. So one of the nice things about this, though, as opposed to not doing anything or having a normal Google Plus account, is I can come in here and go to Northside Towing in Longmont, Colorado. I can grab his link, highlight it, add in his company info, and now he has a inline in content backlink directly to his website. The other thing we can do is For Blue Sky Towing, I didn't bother looking up the website for that, but we can actually hook that up. We can do stuff like that. The other one we can do is towing services. We'll add that to his Yelp. So he actually gets 2 links from this to Yelp. And then we'll go ahead and hit OK on that. So basically what you're seeing now is the general setup of it, okay? Now, the only issue of this is, and this is something that a lot of people overlook, is right now it comes default, everything is private. So if somebody's to land on this page, they will never see it. So you have to click on the private and make everything public. Why is that not going? Really? There we go. Normally it doesn't give you fits like this. It says it's public, but it's not showing. So when you go in over here and you hit preview, this is now what people will see. So when they come to this Google Plus page, this is exactly how it's going to look to them. It has their Hangout information. If he had an email, the email would be in here. It has the click to call, so they can actually call directly from their Google Plus page, which you can't do on a generic Google Plus page. If he had some sort of scheduling software or something along those lines, you could actually set up the scheduling software so it actually books appointments directly onto your site. So there's no, I have a lot of clients that take those appointments directly from the internet, whether it's through their branded Google Plus page or whether it's through their website. Really great for doctors, dentists, places like that where they just don't have time, and you can actually book it on your own time, choose the appointment you want, whole 9 yards. So as you can see, though, that's all of his information is here with a link directly to a site. These are actually links, so that will actually go to a site again, the whole 9 yards. Now, what this does is, because Google loves Google, eventually what will happen is he'll go from number 3 in the maps just with this up to number 2 in the maps, probably the next time that Google goes through and updates their Google Maps. The next time they update their Google Maps is, as everybody knows, this isn't Google review. Sorry, I was reading something. Next time Google updates their maps is anywhere between 2 and 3 weeks on average. So it just kind of varies and depends and goes from there. So hopefully that's explanation enough. I'm not sure. I know I'm kind of stuttering. Never done one of these before. I guess I can give it.
I think that's pretty badass, guys. If you think that's cool, give Jeff like a 5 in the chat box. I had never seen that before until he showed me it the other day. So I think it's huge. I think it's great for branding. And I think it's great for SEO, because I think you could kind of like call this maybe something like citation stacking if you wanted to. So that's a term I literally just made up. But so yeah, lots of great feedback coming in. So to me, that's badass. I actually think I got a text message through Google the other day, and I think it probably came through something like this too. So that's
actually because you have it enabled on your Google business.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that was a thing. So I think this is really important. I think it's really key. So everybody's thanking Jeff. So that's awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the screen back, and then we'll get right back into it. If I can figure out how.
Do I need to hand it over?
Nah, I think I got it.
All right.
Was kind of the whole point, right? Ranking sites, getting traffic from Google, turning that traffic into paying customers. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, some people are very visual, so I laid this out in a way that makes visual sense. And if we can get Jeff back on, we'll get him to finish it, but he kind of seemed like he didn't realize that he couldn't hear us. So basically, you want to sign a client or start a new site. You're going to optimize that site in the way that I showed you. You're going to build a link foundation like we talked about with the different types of links. You're going to build your power links, which are your PBNs, your guest posts, your media mentions, and so on. You're going to convert that search traffic into customers with the calls to action, the meta titles, the sales copy, and so on. So, and then you're just going to repeat it over and over again. And you can outsource a lot of that too. So let's pause for a minute and see if that makes sense, because I know we got interrupted a little bit there. So give me a 3 if that all makes sense, if we're all on the same page, other than the issues that we have. Awesome, awesome. So, like I said, once we get our sound issue sorted out, we'll get him. See if we can get him back on. But let me ask you this: is this a beginner can do it simple? With the techniques I just gave you, could you consistently rank sites on page number 1 of Google? Give me a yes or a no. Great, lots of yeses coming in. So, let me ask you this. If you knew that every time you followed this process, you could make an extra $10,000 a month per site, per client, however you want to look at it, from the SEO traffic you generate, is that something you think you can do? Give me a yes or a no. Great. Lots of yeses coming in. So let me ask you this. Who wants to do this now? Great. Everybody's saying me, in. Awesome. So who wants to get this done in the next 30 days? Is that you guys? Awesome. So the way I see it is you have 2 options. You can do this on your own. I gave you the steps that you need to do it. You can go and figure out how to build the links and what time to do them. You spend the next 30 days testing and learning and making the same amount of money you are right now. Or you can get it right in the next 30 days by being coached and directed by people who have successfully done this with 7-figure results. Which of those 2 sounds better to you? Great, lots of 2s coming in. So that's why I've put together what I like to call Superstar SEO Academy. Now what this is for beginners. We're going to show you exactly how to start from nothing and learn the exact steps to rank your site, your first site. If you've never heard of SEO before today, we're going to show you exactly where to start, how to build the site, and how to start to get it ranked. If you've already been doing SEO for a while, because like I said, I do recognize some of the names here, and you're a little more advanced, we're going to give you some advanced techniques and strategies to rank even the most difficult terms. So even if you have been doing SEO for a while, you're going to pick something up out of this that you probably haven't seen elsewhere, which is what we were in the process of seeing there before we hit some technical results. So just to give you an idea of the kind of training we put out, Tyler got these kind of ranking results after working with Jeff. My man here from Portugal who got some. James Cox, who's been in several of my courses and trainings now, is consistently getting results with everything we put out. So basically, it's a complete system. How to start SEO even if you are brand new. How to rank sites for low, medium, and high competition terms. Handheld, every detail covered training. Step-by-step, how to start doing SEO, scale it, and turn yourself into a ranking machine, just like Jeff and I are. And this is basically what we're going to cover. And we haven't even put everything together yet. This is just where we're getting started. We're going to show you how to get started with SEO. We're going to get into ranking sites. We're going to go into local SEO, which is, things like the Scranton electrician example I gave before. We're going to get into affiliate SEO, which is where you make a commission for selling somebody else's product. We're going to get e-commerce SEO. I don't see that taught anywhere else, at least not in a way that I find effective. You're going to have bi-weekly live Q&As and a private SEO community. So let's go through some of what's in the course already. Step number 1 is setting the framework. We're going to nail down the foundation of your site. We talked about building a foundation. We're going to show you how to choose a platform. A lot of people just default to WordPress, and that's okay. But Jeff is going to go into things like Joomla or HTML, or just give you some idea on why you would choose one over the other. We're going to go into content creation, how to get content that makes sense created for your site. We're going to show you how to optimize that content and where to find the right kind of images and where to place them, because it's not just as simple as going to Google Images, grabbing an image and sticking it on your site. You want to get the right image and place it in the right place. So that's step 1. And right now we're just talking about local SEO. Step 2, building the site. Well, I say we're talking about local SEO. These are the basics, and then we're going to talk about local SEO. We're going to show you how to set up the homepage properly, how to build your inner pages, how to build maps. Now, that I don't mean to go out and rank in maps. We're going to get into that too. But we're going to show you how to put maps on your site and how to embed them and things like that. We're going to go and show you how to do calls to action. We talked about those for your conversions. I'm going to show you where to put the NAP. NAP stands for name, address, and phone number. That's absolutely key to ranking in Google Maps. We're going to show you how to do schema, also important for ranking in maps. And we're going to show you how to set up your open graph so you'll show up right on the different platforms that your site will be posted to. Next, we're going to get into local SEO. So starting your foundation. This includes how to set up your citations properly. Jeff is really big on setting up citations the right way so that they pass on the most power, the most relevance, and they rank on their own. And kind of the same thing with social accounts. You can set those up easily enough, but there's a right way to optimize them and set them up. So step number 3 is starting the foundation links. We talked about foundation links earlier. We're going to show you how to find them, where to find them, and the proper use of them. We're going to get into profile links. I don't think I mentioned that before, but that's another important type of link to diversify your link profile. We're going to show you how to index your tier 1 links. Tier 1 means the ones that point directly to your site. Anybody who's been doing SEO lately knows that getting links indexed has been more and more challenging. We're going to show you how we go about doing that. We're going to show you the benefits of doing a social blast, which is where you post to a bunch of social sites at once. And then we're going to tell you to be patient, because this is the part where you have to wait and let the skill come in. This is what separates the page 2 SEOs from the page 1 SEOs, from the top of page 1 SEOs. Next, we're going to get into generic foundation links. Now, these are things that are like, these are just your very basic links that are actually important for diversifying your anchor text. You're going to link to your generic foundational links. So basically how to link to your links in order to get the most power out of them. We're going to show you how to add social signals to your links in order to power those up and make them seem more natural to Google, who will then reward you with more ranking. So then we're going to get into fine tuning. We're going to check in with you to make sure that you've followed all the steps properly. You're going to make sure that if you have any questions, that sort of thing. If something's not right, we're going to make adjustments, and then we're going to dive into ranking in maps. Step 3, we're going to show you how to maintain the right anchor text ratio. I briefly talked about anchor text, but basically when you link to a site, the text that shows up, that's your anchor text. That's how you pass on relevance from other sites to your site. So that's if your term is Scranton Electrician and you link to your site with the anchor Scranton Electrician, that's going to pass that on. But if you overdo that, or you don't do it enough, or you don't do it right, you're going to mess things up and it's not going to work right. So we're going to show you the exact right ratio and how to really do all that. We're going to show you how to add keyword anchors from Web 2.0s, from PBNs. Remember, we talked about PBNs, guest post. We're going to go into the right way to do a press release, show you how to get all these links indexed and how to add social signals to them the right way at the right time. That sounds like a lot, right? Give me a 7 if that sounds like a lot. Lots of 7s. Well, guess what? That's only one module. We also go into affiliate SEO. We're going to go into e-commerce SEO. We're going to go into client getting techniques. I'm going to write that section, or not write, but create that section. And then we're going to get into PBN building and more. So this is really a complete SEO training experience. This isn't going to be some other rinky-dink course where you put out something and you get people ranked and then you forget about it. This is going to be comprehensive. Lots of 7s still coming in. So basically, you're going to get more done in the first month of this than you would get in 3 years on your own. You're going to, like I said, we're going to break it down into 3 steps: optimizing your site, building the right links, and converting traffic into customers. There's a lot involved in each of those, but that's kind of the 50,000 foot view. Not only that, but I've decided I'm going to go ahead and throw in my other course, Superstar Maps Mastery. Now, what this is a 6-week accelerator for ranking your site in Google Maps. Now, it goes step by step, and what's involved in that, this is a screenshot of the members area for that. You're going to set up your site for maps. I'm going to show you how to optimize your Google business. I'm going to show you the right links to build, additional map ranking techniques that aren't necessarily part of the basics, and then advanced ranking techniques that will really give you that extra punch that other sites won't have. That's a $97 course that we're going to throw in absolutely free. We're also going to throw in Superstar Local Video Mastery Elite. Now, what this course is about, there's a shot of the members area there, is how to rank videos mostly in Google for low competition search terms with high sales volume, so that you can either sell the leads that those videos generate or rent the video out to a business. We're going to show you how to pick the super easy to target keywords. We're going to show you how to get videos created cheaply, rank them in YouTube and Google, sometimes instantly. I did that on a webinar once, well, twice actually, and it got page 1 rankings, actually number 1 ranking right there live on the video or the webinar. And then we're going to show you how to use those ranking as what I call a superstar offer to get clients. So basically you rank the video for them for cheap or free, and then you upsell them into a monthly SEO. So to sum it up, you're going to get monthly coaching and training, which is a $2,997 value. You're going to get direct access to me via the Facebook group. You're going to get direct access to Jeff, assuming that his audio doesn't cut out in the Facebook group. Or you're going to get bi-weekly Q&A webinars with either Jeff or I or both of us, depending on how schedules work out and that sort of thing. That's a $1,000 per month value. You're going to get Superstar Local Video Mastery Elite, which is a $294 course. And you're going to get Superstar Maps Mastery, which is a $97 course. So you do the math. That's a real-world value of $8,388. So, like I said, who is this for? For beginners, we're going to show you how to start from nothing, the exact steps to rank your very first site. Even if you've never heard of SEO before, you don't know what it stands for. You think it stands for supper eating out or something that's more clever than that. If you're an advanced SEO and you've already got some experience, we're going to show you advanced techniques and strategies to rank even the most difficult terms. So basically, I forgot to put it on here, but the standard price of this for the monthly coaching and training, direct access to me, direct access to Jeff, the bi-weekly Q&A webinars, Superstar Local Video Mastery Elite, and Superstar Maps Mastery. Normally this is going to go for $197 a month, but today you're going to get everything for a 1-month price of $67 a month. That includes the monthly coaching and training, the direct access to me, to Jeff, to the bi-weekly Q&A webinars, Superstar Local Video Mastery Elite, Superstar Maps Mastery. And in case you're worried that maybe you don't have the money right now, whatever your concerns might be, we have a ridiculous 30-day action-based guarantee. So if you take the course, create a site, use the techniques we teach in it, and you don't see ranking improvements in 30 days, and you aren't satisfied with the course in 30 days, we will not only refund you your $67, we'll let you keep the course for free. So there's literally no way to lose on this unless you don't jump in on this investment. So I have a couple of questions I want to ask for you, or basically they're questions I've already asked of you. I actually asked you, can you start your first site? And you said yes. I said, can you optimize your site? And you told me yes. I asked you, could you build a link foundation? And you said yes. I asked you, with the techniques we showed you, could you monetize the traffic? And you said yes. And then I asked you if you could scale and repeat this process over and over, and you said yes. So can you do this? Yes, you can. So if you want to jump in on this today, the link is superstarseo.com/academy. Like I said, it's $167 payment per month. And I'm going to take a pause and grab some water, see if Jeff have managed to make it back on. If not, we'll do some Q&A. Somebody said where?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Somebody said, where do we sign up? It's superstarseo.com/academy. And I'll go ahead and drop that in the chat box. I always forget to do that. Okay, so if you want, you can join us to communicate with us a little more. You can join us at superstarseo.com/Facebook. That's the Facebook group I talked about earlier. So let's recap real quick what you get. You get the monthly coaching and training. You get direct access to Jeff and to myself. Apparently, I only felt Jeff needed to be listed there. You get bi-weekly Q&A webinars. You get Superstar Local Video Mastery Elite and Superstar Maps Mastery. So that's the link to sign up, superstarseo.com/academy. If you have any trouble checking out, let us know. And I guess we'll go ahead and start taking some questions. My first question is for Jeff. What happened before?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to do things and get things done, and it's not happening. And next thing you know, I'm looking back and webinars going. I'm like, interesting. So no clue.
All right. Well, like I said, we're live, so.
Yeah, it happens. Went fairly decent this afternoon, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Shit happens.
Yeah.
Caleb says, shit, I was late. Is this everything you need for a client SEO business or just SEO knowledge? We're going to cover client getting in depth. I know a lot of different ways to get clients, and so there's going to be that. And then, of course, it's going to be SEO too, because Jeff is fantastic at SEO and has lots and lots of knowledge that I don't think enough has been represented enough. So hopefully that answers that. James says, what about the Google Sandbox for new sites? Jeff, you want to take that one?
Google Sandbox is kind of a myth, honestly. And what I mean by it's kind of a myth is when you create a new site, yeah, you're going to have they don't know where to put you. It's not that you're in a sandbox and they're waiting to see exactly what you are. They're waiting to see exactly what you're going to do with your site, and they're trying to figure out exactly where to put you. Even today, I can still put up a site and have it ranking. I just put one up 3 weeks ago, and it's already sitting on the first page. So people saying that it's sitting there for 4, 5, 6 weeks in the sandbox is because they don't have proper content, they don't have the proper structure, they don't have the proper tags on their page in the first place.
And that's the kind of thing we teach you how to avoid. Allison says, how much do PBNs cost? That's kind of a broad question. They can be as cheap as $12 or as expensive as thousands. So I'll teach you how to find ones that are cost effective. Jamie says, can we use our existing site to get started? Absolutely. If you have a site that you're trying to get ranked, boom. This will show you exactly what to do. Caleb says, he says a dirty word, yeah. Len says, I'm in. Dan says, can you help me SEO my website? Or is this only for people that want to do SEO for a living? No, if you have a site of your own that you're trying to get ranked, I think that was the same question that Jamie asked. This will show you the steps that you need to take to rank it. And plus you'll have access to two of us who, not to pat ourselves on the back, but we're very, very successful at this. So
yeah, one of the things that I'm willing to do, actually, because I'm actually going to cut back what I'm doing in the Superstar group. I'm going to focus more on the Academy. Is if you have a question, you need a site looked at, let me know. I'll go take a look at it and tell you exactly what you need to fix to get you where you need to be.
Awesome. See, you're not going to get that from, I'm not going to mention, you're not going to get that from some big courses. So Eden says she bought the gig on the first webinar and it was well worth the money. I assume you mean the course. That's awesome. Allison says, okay. How does freelancing mastery work? That's another course. I just put that there as an upsell. That's if you want to create a freelancing business. So it's a separate thing. I just put it there as in case it was something that people were interested in. David says he wants to do both. I'm not sure what both is, but I'm sure we can help you with it. Allison says, I have a Shopify site that I'm playing with. How hard are they to rank? Jeff, you want to take that?
That's something I'm actually going to go through right now. I'm looking at about a 16-week course.
And when he says course, he means a module within the course.
Yes. There's no upsells. Once you're in this group, you're in this group. Whatever we release is it's there. You guys have free access to it.
Well,
not free, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do on that is I'm actually going to walk you through from setting up Shopify, Evolution, Magento, whatever your e-commerce choice is, and take you from the very beginning all the way to the end, including if you're going to spend AdWords on the proper budget to actually spend AdWords and make money.
Wow, that's sick. I didn't even know you were going to get into all that. So Smith says, will this course teach me how to do keyword research and analysis? Yeah, that'll be most likely part of the affiliate section, because for local keyword research, and it's important, but it's not nearly as important as it is for affiliate. Johanna says, I love that. I would love that. Len says, what I would like is info on pricing clients, startup and monthly, and how long they need to stay as a client. Okay, we can get into some of that. Just remind us of that. So anything you have that we haven't mentioned, if it's, just ask us and we'll do it. Can we use PayPal to pay? Yeah. If you go to superstarseo.com/academy, you'll be given the option to pay with PayPal or with a credit card. How much should you set aside to start an SEO agency business? You can really bootstrap it if all you really have to have is a website, and you don't even necessarily have to have that. So you can get started really, really cheap. The more you have to invest, the faster it'll go. But if you're a good salesman, you can get started really fast for nothing. Would you put a number on that, Jeff?
Number just straight off the top of my head, I'm going to say $50 and you're going.
Yeah.
$14 for the domain and a couple bucks for hosting.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. I mean, that's not ideal, but if you have to bootstrap, you have to bootstrap,
Yep.
David says, I'm going to sign up and buy gigs from both of you because I am busy. But at least will know what is actually happening. Awesome.
That works.
Yep. Lori says, what is the Superstar SEO Superstar year? Oh, that's an upsell that you don't have to get that. That's just my, I forgot that was even on, to be honest. That's just another course. You can just ignore that unless you want to check it out. It's basically a course on how to create Facebook groups. Eden says, just one last question before bed, 2 a.m. here. Oh, well, thanks for hanging out with us late with us. Thoughts on using keywords in the title on maps?
Yes.
So, maps, like, well, if you mean Google My Business, then I don't recommend it. But if you mean maps, then yeah, definitely use them in the title. Superstar SEO Consulting Mastery, by the way, that was more about just about client getting. So, Matt says, I may have missed this, but will there be a special Facebook group for this? Yes. James says, what's the $97 upsell for the Facebook universe? Man, apparently that image sucks. I was playing with that. I turned it on. It's an upsell for my course on how to create profitable Facebook groups. Absolutely don't have to get it. So, Nick says, are all the modules available to learn at a faster pace, or will they be released over a period of months? So the answer is both. Like, we have probably 30 or 35 videos, and we're getting more up there as soon as possible. Then the different modules will be released over the course of a month or two. Just because there's so much, we just can't do it, in a day. But Jeff, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I'm going to pump them out as fast as I can, but I want to give you guys the information as well. Try to cut down some of the questions. But you have to understand, like, the very first set that we have going on is a 10-week course strictly on local. Probably going to do the e-commerce next and skip the statewide, and probably skip the affiliate, and probably skip the national until I get the e-commerce done. Just due to the fact that we got so many people asking for the e-commerce side, I'd like to get that out in front of people right away.
Okay. So to answer your question, there's a lot to start you off with, and by the time you're done with that, there'll be more. Adrian says, I'm very excited, really happy with the other courses I already bought from Chris. Awesome. When there's a new URL, when you had a chance, I don't mind the price of the academy. I will sign up shortly after the webinar. Curious if you can help me. Can you just email me at info@superstarseo.com, and I'll take a look at it there. Asim says, thanks so much. It has been paid. It's paid off to stay awake until 3 a.m. Wow, that
means a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. One question, though. Are you saying that we will have 3 different separate courses on local? No. When Jeff says a course, he means a module within the course. So
right.
He just uses the term course. So, but no, it's all within one course. So can't hear anything now. I'm not sure what to tell you. Michael says, thanks, I'm in. Got to run. See you inside. All right. You're already gone, but thanks, Michael. Lori says, oh, you're back. It's always funny to watch that happen in real time. But Asim says, question, thanks so much. It has been paid. I guess that's the same one. Matt says, so I've gotten some links from you all, but after seeing this webinar, I realized I may have done it in the wrong order. I'd love to take a look at where I am and settle in with them and then move forward. I'm guessing we could get a hand with that? Yeah, definitely. Yep. That's what we're here for. Dan says, K. Gordon says, I'm in too. Awesome. Thanks, Gordon. Glad to have you on board. Allison says, I'm in. Awesome. Jamie says, how long is this offer? We're probably going to bump the price up early next week, like probably on Sunday night, just because this price is kind of ridiculous, to be honest. That's not me trying to be hyped. It really is. Like, when you look at another course that I will remain nameless, the same amount of content is like $599 a month. So it won't be up that much, but we're definitely going to have to raise the price at some point. Phil says, question not related to the course, but do you guys also provide consulting services for more complex SEO clients? Ergo, coming up with SEO plans? Yeah, I mean, you can email Jeff or me or whatever. Well, me.
Honestly, I'm going to do this for people to sign up for the course. I figure personally I'm going to go all in on this and see where it takes us as a group. And if we can help people become $100,000 a month, $10,000 a month in income, then great.
Okay.
That's how I'm at right now. So.
Okay. Will you be teaching domain authority stacking?
Yes.
There you go. Lori says, thanks, I'm in. Will there be a replay? I want to see that Google Plus part Jeff shared with us. Signed up, but they tell me, yeah, you're going to put that in the course, right?
Yeah, I'm going to put that in the course. I'm actually going to release that tonight in the private group. I'm just going to create a whole new video on it, one without all the issues, and go from there.
James says, signed up, but tell me why no keywords in Google My Business name. Because it's against the terms of service. I actually had it in mind for a while, and they removed it without even asking me. So I've heard of people getting their Google My Business shut down for it. So you can do it, and it does work, but I don't recommend it. So there you
go. If you're going to do that, make sure that you have proof with the DBA. If you do not have a DBA, do not do it.
There you go. Al said, yeah, I did too, Al. Josh says, any chance Jeff, another vid showing the Google Plus stuff? I created a page here, but I'm not finding. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to find a way to handle that for the people that signed up for this just to watch that.
Yeah, I guess if I can put it in the other group, I'll put it in the other group.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think that's only fair, to be honest. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. David says, I'm excited. 30-year military vet, now a 2 business owner. That's awesome. Congratulations on both of those things, David. That's awesome. Jade says, say that again. That again. If you want a real answer, I don't know what you're asking me to say again. Just ask again, buddy, and I'll answer it for you. So is price going up? Price going is going to be bump up on April 7th. Sunday, as in a few days from now. April 7th is not a Sunday because I know April 8th is WrestleMania. So Jade says the DBA stuff. So what they're talking about is he was asking if you could put your keyword in the title of your Google My Business, and you should not do that unless you have a DBA showing that DBA stands for Doing Business As, for anyone that doesn't know, that shows that is also a name of your business you go by. So David says, went too fast, going Google Plus. Yeah, we'll put that out for you. So the price is going to, I already answered that. Thanks a lot, Chris and Jeff. We'll sign up now. Awesome. What you going to do when Superstar SEO runs wild on you? That's awesome. Enjoy Mania. Very jealous. Yeah, if you can ever get there, do it. It's so much fun. Smith says, stupid question. My business is not in e-commerce. Mine is similar to Airbnb, but for a long-term accommodation. It is a marketplace for connecting landlord and students. Could I still benefit from this course? I would think so. I would have to give you specific advice, I'd have to know more about it, but it sounds to me like that would be something that even just a few searches would pay off tremendously. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, it's this one's really going to depend on where you're trying to get your traffic from. If you're trying to get your traffic from searches, then yes, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. In my opinion, it will benefit you.
Yeah, there may not, again, depending on how specific it is, there may not be a ton of search traffic, but I would think there would be a high ROI on the small amount that you do get. Lynn says, Jeff, is there info up yet on editing HTML site?
No, there is not. I didn't know if I needed to put edited. I didn't know if I needed to put information up on HTML as far as how to edit, where to put things. With that being mentioned, I will work on that one tonight as well. So
awesome. David says, thanks to Ian for bringing me to the group. I'm not sure who Ian is, but thanks, Ian. Thanks, David. Smith says, great. All right. You guys, does anybody need to see the offer again? You want me to go back through what's included, or is everybody clear? Is there more questions? Anybody on the fence? Len says he has an existing client with HTML and it needs work.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jeff can help you with that. I cannot. I mean, I know HTML. I have a degree in computer science, but I don't like doing design. Any other questions? Anybody want to see the offer again? If there's something that's holding you back, is there anything I can answer for you? Tim says he's on the fence, need to work harder at your biz. Well, Tim, I don't know what to tell you there. If you have certain things that are holding you back, we can try to help you, but I mean, at some point it has to be on you too, so that's kind of up to you. Nick says, I'm trying to check out via PayPal, but it won't allow me to complete transaction. Are you getting an error or something? Because we had a bunch go through PayPal, so maybe try a different browser or something. I'm not sure what to tell you. Asim says, I'm in, no brainer. See you on the other side. Thanks so much. Thanks, Asim. Smith says, I just bought and now I'm ready. Awesome. Awesome, Smith. Whoever, I lost it. Whoever it was that was having trouble with the transaction, if you can't get it through, send me a PM on Facebook afterwards and we'll get it sorted. Is the course on client getting in there now? No, I'll pump that out by the end of the week, though. By Monday. I'm going to have to give my voice a rest tomorrow, but... Trivia, I don't know if I told anybody this, but I've actually been taking voice lessons so I can do more videos and do these longer. It's interesting because the coach is actually a singing coach, but he's helping me learn how to speak better and to be able to speak longer. So that's how committed I am to doing these things. Not that anyone asked, but there weren't any more questions. So Tim says, yep, girlfriend and politics take up my free time. Maybe after the election, I can put the pedal to the metal. All right, well, good luck with that. If you need any advice on campaigning, I did work as a professional political operative for 5 years. So feel free to hit me up on that. I know you live in a different country, but I love to talk politics as long as I'm not talking politics, if that makes sense. All right, guys, any other questions? Anything else? You want to see the offer again? You want to see what's included? Take this chance while you got it. Tim says, awesome. Yeah, awesome. What is Superstar FBA Group Mastery? It's a course that I put out a while back, I want to say in January, on how I grew my Facebook group and how you can grow a Facebook group to get more clients and more business and that sort of thing. I just put it as an upsell, basically because that was a new feature they released in Kajabi, and I wanted to see how it worked. So, cool. Thanks. Can we see the offer again, please? Sure. Let me just slide back here. So, we'll go through what's included in the course, and then the other stuff you're going to get. So, it's basically a complete SEO training system. We're going to show you how to get started with SEO, how to rank sites. We're going to go into local SEO, affiliate SEO, e-commerce SEO. It's not listed here, but we're going to get into client getting. There's going to be live Q&As and a private SEO community. I probably should have put Facebook group there. I think that was probably some of the confusion. Step 1 is setting the framework, nailing down the foundation of your site, choosing a platform, creating content, optimizing content, and finding or creating images. Step 2 is building the site, homepage setup, building inner pages, maps, calls to action, NAP, which stands for name, address, phone number, schema, and open graph. Step 3 is how to properly build citations and social accounts. Then we get into local SEO. We're going to go in foundation links, how to start your foundation links, where to find them, and the proper way to use them. We're going to get into profile links. We're going to show you how to index your tier 1 links, show you how to do a social blast, and then tell you to be patient because this is where the skill really comes in. Then we're going to get into adding generics. A generic is a type of foundation link that's very, for lack of a better description, plain. We're going to show you how to link to your generic foundational links and then add social signals to those as well. Then we're going to check in again, make sure that you're on track, help you make any adjustments you need to make, and then we're going to get into maps ranking. Then step 3 is local SEO. So in local SEO is maintaining the right anchor text ratio. We're going to tell you how exactly to do that. Show you how to add keyword anchors from Web 2.0s, keyword anchors from PBN links, keyword anchors from guest posts. We're going to show you the right way to do a press release and where to get it done. We're going to show you how to get your links indexed. Anybody who's been doing SEO lately knows that's been a problem. We're going to show you how to add social signals to your backlinks. And that could be a course all on its own, what we had there, but that's just one section. We're going to do affiliate SEO, e-commerce SEO, and client getting, as well as some other things as the need arises or we think of more. So, and then in addition to that, you're going to get Superstar Maps Mastery. I'm sorry, did you have something?
There will be one on statewide and nationwide as well.
Oh, well, there you go. Then you're also going to get Superstar Maps Mastery, which is my course on how to rank maps. And that kind of shows you what you do there. You can set up your site for maps, optimize your Google business, get the right links to build, and then additional and advanced techniques. You're going to get Superstar Local Video Mastery Elite, which shows you how to pick easy to target keywords for video, how to get videos created cheaply, how to rank them in YouTube and Google, sometimes instantly, and how to use those rankings to get clients. So that's the monthly coaching and training, direct access to me and to Jeff, bi-weekly Q&A webinars, Superstar Local Video Mastery Elite, and Superstar Maps Mastery. And all for the one-time price, or not the one-time price, the one-time per month price of $67 that you can get at superstarseo.com/academy. Ooh, I lost the questions. All right, let's see. So hopefully that helped you out there, Lloyd. Phil says, do some of the strategies need to change if doing local SEO in a different country? Jeff, you want to?
I'm gonna guess no. The only reason that it would possibly change is if you're actually using Yandex or something along those lines as your major search engine. Google is Google all the way across the board. So, and that's something that if you're in the course and you want to ask me about Yandex, I have done a couple things in Yandex before. I could probably help you out with that if that's the engine you're using.
I have a couple Canadian clients, and it works perfectly for them. So, I mean, I hope this doesn't offend anybody, but that's really not that much different than the United States. So if it was a different language or something, then maybe, but I don't think so. I think that the algorithm is the algorithm.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Unless you change search engines, that would be the only issue.
Right. Dan says, thanks for the webinar. I'll be signing up when I'm at home. Can't do this on the road. Yeah, definitely don't do that. Anthony says, I assume you can add extras on later. Not sure what you mean by that.
I don't either.
Dan says, email sent. Thank you, Dan Wilcox, the electrician extraordinaire. Okay. Yes. Jeff, what a deal. I've been watching all your YouTube videos, and I'm excited to learn from you guys. Awesome. Appreciate that, Al. Timothy says, how about training on how to diagnose if clients' maps are not ranking? Yeah, when we go into maps ranking, so if they're not, then you follow those steps and you will.
That's another thing about this group is if you have something like that, I'm sure Chris is available to help you out. I know I'm available to help you out. We can actually dig into this a little bit and kind of give you what's wrong with their citations, what needs to be fixed so they can get where they need to be.
Yeah. Do me a favor, though. Ask questions in the group and don't PM me because I literally get 100 PMs a day and I can't keep up anymore. So I know some people like to do that, but unless it's like something confidential, then ask in the group because that's kind of why we have it. So PM me before the course. Okay, I'll take a look later on tonight. I'm not going to lie. I am going to go pass the F out after this because these, I know it doesn't seem like it would, but these take a lot of energy. That's actually one of the things the voice coach is working with me on is to not get as tired doing these. Tim says citations will be different in different countries. Yeah, true. Sorry, in reference to the Facebook group upsell offer, I assume you can purchase it later. Yeah, you can do that. The price will be different if you see it publicly, but PM me if you're interested in it, and I'll get you on the same price that it shows there. Smith says, I'm really eager to learn. Can I just start watch these videos that are in the live? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a good 30 or so videos in there already, and there will be more to come. So.
Yep, I got a couple more coming tonight as well. So.
There you go. Is it just you and Jeff, the coaches? Yes. I'm not sure how I feel about just you and Jeff, but. Yes. Although we may, I know some people that would love to come on, so I'll bring on some special guests for webinars from time to time. So I can probably get Jim to come do one and some other people. So, but yeah, you're stuck with us. All right, guys. Any other questions? Is the person that was having trouble checking out? Did you ever get in, or do you need to PM me after the webinar? All right, guys. Well, we've been here for almost an hour and a half now, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Can I PM you tonight or tomorrow? No, you can PM me whenever. I'm not that tired. Yeah, you can PM me tonight. As long as it's about something we talked about here. If it's an SEO question, then just kind of ask in one of the groups. But yeah, you can PM me. That's fine. All right, guys. Well, it seems like the questions are dying down and the number of people here starting to drop off. So I don't know. I'm going to leave that up on the screen for you for a while. In fact, let me just do this. Oops, too far. That's the link. There's some things that people have said about what we do. I don't know what else to tell you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. I know you're busy. I know I appreciate the time. I know how much of a sacrifice that is, especially as it's getting kind of late here on the East Coast. So check this out. It's something I'm very proud of. It's something I wanted to do for a long time, and I'm glad I get to finally do it and do it with someone that shares the same kind of point of view I do on these things. So thanks for being here. Jeff, do you want to say anything?
No, I just appreciate your time. Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier. I will get that Google branded page up as soon as I possibly can. I'll start working on that right after this.
Awesome. All right, guys, I'll leave this up for another minute or two, just in case there's anybody straggling. But thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of our community, and we'll talk to you soon.
Probably yes on the replay. We'll just have to figure out a way to edit everything together and make it look nice. Not a problem. Thanks for your time, guys.